name is Yannis Parcharidis, and I'm co-founder of Bolt Virtual. Since 2016, we've been providing VR experiences for the general public at our showcase venue, the VR Project, and also developing VR and AR applications for informal learning and experiential marketing. We've seen some incredible reactions from some of our end users, especially regarding the gamification of historical and cultural happenings, and hope to be able to continue to build and showcase new experiences. It's a very pleasant realization to us that in recent years, cultural venues, museums, archaeological sites, galleries have taken up new technology in showcasing their treasures, but also in educating their visitors. Actually, this has been going on for a very long time, maybe 15, 20 years or more in some cases, with the aim to keep the interest of the visitors and make it a learning and interactive experience to be remembered rather than a static ingestion of facts, names, and dates. The latest technology that venues are beginning to very slowly, I would argue, take advantage of involves XR technology, both augmented and virtual reality. Augmented reality allows visitors to interact with objects on display in the real world. For example, to lift up their tablets and through the screen observe a monument or a statue overlapping the existing ruins. It's also used for some treasure hunt games for children in some museums where they interact with the exhibits. Virtual reality, on the other hand, is a much more immersive and experiential experience. In virtual reality, the users are transported in time and space. It's much more effective for storytelling and interaction, something that is a key element for cultural organizations. It involves the entire mask and what we're going to be doing in this project. One of the main challenges being tackled is bringing this amazing technology to end users in a fashion that's suitable for them. I mean, VR headset systems, until very recently, have been burdensome for users because they're not free to move around in a large area. They usually have a wire connected to a PC. They're not able to interact with one another to a great extent in the virtual environment. Or follow a story or cooperate together in that environment. VR has been largely an activity for the individual until now, where one person wears the mask and they're transported to another place. The project is working with the Immersive Deck platform to change that and bring multiplayer, cooperative, free roaming VR to the end user. Fire brigades training and the informal historical learning scenarios are both extremely interesting for us. As content providers, content developers for VR, we're keen on working with the tracking system and multiplayer free roam environment of Immersive Deck and finding solutions to bringing it to the general public. At this stage, we think we could also apply it to other learning environments for other clients as well. In our case, we're building a virtual ancient Athenian house, and we'll follow the storyline where users will get a tour and undertake some activities. The idea is to make players feel as though they've actually traveled to ancient Athens and experienced what it was like to live back then. Right now, we're tackling spatial issues for the 5-player environment, trying to avoid collisions in the real world while wearing the VR equipment, and setting up the general environment. Details such as artwork, specific interactions, animations, etc. will come later for sure, once the interactive learning experience, the storyline, and the historically accurate home and character design are completely developed. The venue must be able to provide an extremely immersive experience, meaning that the user should be able to walk around in the VR, interact with characters, be an excellent story, capable of giving the user a real experience to take home, something that they will remember afterwards that will be created with an authentic feel and historically accurate environment, and at the same time be easy to use and navigate for first-timers. The Hellenic World Foundation is the de facto pioneer of VR in Greece and bringing VR to the Greek people. They began experimenting with digitization, 3D models, textures 20 years ago, before we had masks. They built the Tholos. It's a very immersive theater that resembles a planetarium and have catered to tens of thousands of visitors interested in learning about history through an immersive experience. But in 2016, there was a major breakthrough in hardware technology with more advanced VR headsets that can provide a much more immersive experience than the Tholos. Using our experience with this new technology, we're working very closely with our colleagues at the Foundation to assure that the 4 points I mentioned before, the 4 must-haves, in the context of the bridges, so that we can bring an excellent experience to the end user. The scenario that we were working on with them will have all the fascinating elements mentioned above. We're building a real ancient Athenian house. We're going to be able to interact with the families in their social events. Users will be able to see the procession and participate in the events that they do in their house. I can't say much more at this stage because it's not yet finalized, but I'm sure it will be a success. And I hope that the immersive deck platform, together with its upgrades that will be built in the Bridges project, can tackle the other issues that we mentioned earlier regarding creating a multiplayer, functional, cooperative, immersive experience. And I think we just might have a good success here. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Thank you very much. Goodbye.